So here's the crazy thing. Chris Brown thought he was just landing in the UK for a show, maybe to relax a bit before his next performance. Instead, the moment he touches down, boom, police show up and arrest him. And it wasn't over something new. It all ties back to a club brawl from 2020 that happened in Manchester. Most of us knew there was a civil lawsuit filed, but what we didn't know, there was also a criminal investigation quietly ongoing this whole time. Apparently, British authorities had already issued a warrant, but they were just waiting for Chris to come back to the UK. And from everything we've heard, it looks like he had no idea. If he knew, why on earth would he fly into the country and risk getting picked up at his hotel? Now the big questions are, how long will he be held? Will his tour be delayed or even cancelled? It's giving major déjà vu for fans who remember the infamous fight at Whip nightclub in NYC. The one with bottles flying between Chris and Drake over Rihanna. Wild times. But this Manchester situation might be even more serious because we're now talking about potential jail time, not just a fine or settlement. And speaking of unpredictable drama, guess who stepped into the middle of the Beckham family feud? Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Yep, the royal rebels are now playing dinner party diplomats, hosting Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz at their home in Montecito. This comes at a time when Victoria and David Beckham are allegedly still not on speaking terms with their son and daughter-in-law. So what's the play here? Is Harry subtly picking sides by welcoming the exiled Beckhams into his own drama-filled fold? I mean, this is textbook Markle, one estranged couple linking up with another. Their reps tried to say that the Beckhams were invited by someone else. But let's be real. It's your house. You knew who was walking through the door. Meghan opened it, smiled, and said, "Oh wow, didn't see you on the guest list." And then there's Diddy. His legal situation has gone from disturbing to full-blown catastrophic. What was initially a civil lawsuit from Cassie has now mushroomed into a federal investigation for sex trafficking and racketeering. Prosecutors are essentially saying Diddy ran an ongoing criminal enterprise, a network of employees, bodyguards, and assistants who helped facilitate some truly horrifying acts. We're talking allegations of rape, coercion, freak-off parties, and physical abuse, with Cassie at the center of it, but not the only one. Her testimony so far has been damning, but the legal experts are saying something key. The prosecution still has to prove that there was explicit coercion, force, or lack of consent communicated to Diddy. That might be tricky when much of the evidence comes in the form of feelings and internal struggles rather than direct refusals. But prosecutors aren't stopping at Cassie. They may bring up Christina Carone, Diddy's former right-hand woman. If she testifies and connects the dots, like setting up hotels, flights, or freak-off logistics, it could be devastating for Diddy. He might be facing RICO charges if they prove this was a structured and sustained operation that used his businesses to fund criminal behavior. And to make things even messier, the defense tried to undercut Cassie by showing old texts where she said she loved freak-offs. But that was early on in the relationship, before years of alleged abuse followed. The timeline matters. Consent once doesn't mean consent always. So, to recap, Chris Brown is possibly facing jail in the UK over a fight we thought was settled. Meghan and Harry might be igniting a new tabloid war by befriending the Beckhams. And Diddy's empire is under siege by the feds, with accusations that could change how we talk about celebrity abuse of power forever. This week wasn't just about headlines. It was about exposing the buried truths behind fame and the legal, emotional, and public consequences finally catching up to people. Stay locked in. We'll be breaking down every update as these stories unfold.